Hello. So it seems as though we're at a crossroads as a country. On one hand, you have a group of people that think they're in power, but really it's an illusion. And the illusion is one that they've created. They want to be in their own room with their own type of people that believe the same thing. And they continually tell each other what the other person already believes. If you step out of line with that belief system, you're a modern day heretic. And I think a good portion of those people know it. But they think, because everybody around them is saying the same thing, that it's inevitable. And when I say it's inevitable, it's the globalism, totalitarian, authoritarianism rule or type of government. But only in this case it's a fealty to a global system that doesn't really quite exist yet. And I think they believe it. Some of them don't believe it, but those same people think that it's inevitable. And that if it's inevitable, they might as well be part of it in order to try to influence its growth and move it in a direction that they maybe wanted to arrive at. You have another group of people that believe in the Constitution, and all they want is the Constitution to be in force and followed. They believe in the rule of law. The rule of law is something where, regardless of who you are, rich or poor, whatever ethnicity you may think you are, the rule of law applies to everybody equally. That's the other camp. They believe that all forms of government are bad. It's just that the United States government is the least worst version of a government, which also has the Constitution. And I don't know if you folks know this, but as far as I know, my understanding is that the United States is the only country in the world that actually has a freedom of speech. Think about that for a second. There is one country in the world with a population of roughly 5% of the planet that has freedom of speech. Freedom of speech is you can say whatever you want to say, state whatever opinion you want to state, and you have the freedom to do that without repercussions, without somebody coming after you in the law, putting you in jail for saying something that's maybe offensive. In this country, you have the freedom to do that. And if the First Amendment is taken away from you, your freedom of speech has been taken away. That's why our founding fathers made the Second Amendment. And that's the right to bear arms. So the Second Amendment is there to ensure the First Amendment. So let's bring it back. Right now we have two camps of people. One of which believes their own inaccuracies, shall we say. And part of that group doesn't completely believe it, but they believe it's inevitable. You have another group that believes in the rule of law, conservatism. Don't get me wrong. What we consider in 2020 to be liberalism and conservatism are both required for the country to function. But I'm feeling a lot of hope for this country. I'm seeing a lot of hope. And the president's last speech at Davos gives me hope. He talked about the accomplishments of his presidency thus far, some of which are accurate, some of which are, it seems everybody is kind of believing a lie. But nonetheless, it gives me hope in the Constitution, the rule of law, the equal opportunity, not equal outcome, which is horrible. You cannot force equal outcome in the world. It's simply not possible. And that's one of their problems, is they think you can force equality, and you can't. Between now and election time, who's really going to stand in Trump's way? I don't know. There's a couple people. The only person I can see giving him a run for his money is Tulsi Gabbard's. I'm not much for the others. But somebody needs to get up there and make him earn it. For all the guys' good attributes, everybody has flaws. But they're definitely not going to threaten his continued power with the absolute I won't say it. The people that are currently in office that oppose him, I mean, I'm embarrassed for them. It's really hard to watch. I'm embarrassed for them. They're just making themselves look like fools, frankly. It's really hard to watch. So, to wrap this up, where are all the constitutional liberals? Where are they? Where are the John F. Kennedy liberals? Where are they? Socialism doesn't work. Communism doesn't work. We know this. History tells us over and over and over again that taking people's money away and giving it to people who didn't earn it will not work. It simply will not work, because people don't want to support other people that don't deserve their support.